You know what the elephant in the room is? It kind of makes me mad, want to reevaluate our pricing. It's what that initial cost is for those 2,800 records. So your initial investment of the data.
You make $100,000. I can't, whatever that ROI is, it's insane. So today, you and I, Jared, are going to walk the viewers through literally a step-by-step action plan on how to create 6 figures as a real estate agent, working just one source of business, which is today absentee owners. And they can get all the data from you. I mean, it's so funny. 80% of the comments in my YouTube videos are like, where do you get the data? Can't tell you how many times I type in TheShareGroup, TheShareGroup. Okay, so once you click on this link, you guys, you're going to go to this page right here, and you could just like type in anything you want. Like you could just, wherever you're at, and you could type in the zip code. And Jared and his team have made these very, very simple to use now. And you can see just by zip code how many absentee owners there are by zip code. It's like the easiest thing of all time that you and your team have created, Jared. So thanks for that. Let me just do it. I just love the tool. So I just like to play around in here. You know what I mean? But like, here's the thing, you guys, like once you work with Jared and his team, like you can go in here and see, okay, these are all the secret seller leads. So we've got our likely to sell, our divorce homeowners. There's different ones too, downsizers by market. Like there's so much opportunity, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but Jared and I have made other videos on different lead sources. Today, I want to give you the blueprint for smashing it with absentee owners.
And that's what the relationship was built on, man. From 5 years ago, you and I started,
I know,
based off of the absentee owner conversation. So it makes perfect sense that we're gonna paint a picture of what it takes to get to that 100,000 mark or whatever the mark is, step by step. So this is gonna be super awesome.
Yeah, and you're right. That was the second. I mean, we've been tracking this and doing this now for 5 years. Like we have it down to a science. All right, so I'm gonna get right into nerding out with Jared, and we're into the numbers.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna give baseline conversions first. And we're going to work the numbers backwards into earning 6 figures based on some average commissions. So perfect. First, like this, where this conversation starts, as you know, selling the data, it is all about contact rate. Like that's at the top of the funnel. Right. And so that's why we're all obsessed with your data, is because we're seeing contact rates, and I told you to go off air 10%, but we're seeing them as high as 20%.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. So for this conversation, we're just going to use 10% baseline. This means when you dial out 10 people, you talk to one person. 100 people, you talk to 10. 1,000 people, you talk to 100. 10% from dial to conversation. That's the first KPI. Okay. Second, for the audience, is what I call, and I have all the notes from all the data for over 5 years of tracking this stuff, you guys, contact to lead generated. Okay, so of the people we talk to, 30% turn into an actual lead. Let me define what we call a lead. So we call the absentee owner. They must meet these 4 criteria. 1, they have clear motivation to sell. It's not like, if I get some ridiculous price, I'd sell. They have clear motivation. Number 2, they have clear timelines around they want to sell. And what we look for, Jared, on our team is anywhere from 0 to 12 months. We want to have a conversion inside 12 months.
Okay.
Number 3, they're not obligated to another real estate agent, and they would be open to interviewing us for the job of selling their house. And 4, they give us their email address.
There you go.
So if we get all 4 of those criteria, we call that a lead. So
right.
That's right.
Okay, so that's the 10%. That's 30% of the 10%, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. So we talked to 10 people. Well, we make out 100 dials. We talked to 10. So far, we got 3 of them that fall into this lead category. Next, we have how many leads it takes to, like, what is the conversion between lead and listing appointment set? Now, here's the beautiful thing about the absentee owner business model. You can do listing appointments at home over the phone or via Zoom. You don't even have to go to the client's house like you would on a retail sale deal. Like most of our appointments we tracked it. 70% of the appointments are done either over the phone or over Zoom without the agent ever after leaving their house or their office.
That's crazy. And that's a huge advantage.
Oh, massive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we're doing most of the appointments virtually now, which is really good. So that is 25%.
Yeah. Okay.
So
the three. So 25% of the three. So one of the three, basically, right?
That's right. And we'll back into the numbers. It'll make a lot of sense. But yes, 25% of those turn into actual listing appointment. Person says, yeah, let's jump on a Zoom, see what you guys can do to help me get this property listed and sold. Then we're seeing about 70% turn into listing contracts signed, where the person says, yes, I'd like to move forward. Here's a 6-month contract.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then the last KPI is of the ones we list, because the market's so damn hot, we're seeing 80% of those go to a closing table and get paid. Now, those are the baseline KPIs. So, Jared, let's walk people through, like, okay, using those numbers, what it actually looks like to earn a 6-figure income in real estate working one lead source.
One lead source. All right, yeah, let's figure this out.
All right, so we're going to use the average commission right now in the country, which is about $7,500. Okay, so $7,500 divided by $100,000, they need to close one deal per month. Okay, so this is what I call the one deal per month challenge.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
I love it too. It's the best. So when I call it the one closing challenge.
Yeah, one deal a month challenge, you said.
One deal a month challenge. I like that better. All right.
Yeah.
So this is how you guys do it. All right. So everybody watching this, just write this down. We're going to start. We're going to work the numbers backwards, as Jared and I always like to say.
Let's do this.
So first we have we took 100,000. We divided that by 7,500. That comes out with 12 closings. Okay. Of the 12 closings, we have to say, okay, if I need 12, how many do I need to list? So we divide that by 0.8, which means we have to list 15 of these absentee owners to close 12.
Okay.
All right. In order to list 15, the next thing is, well, how many listing presentations do I need to go on, right, in order to get that 15? So we divide that by 0.7. So it's 21 listing appointments over the course of a year that we need to go on in order to list what we need to list in order to close one a month.
Right.
Now, in order to get the 21 listing appointments, we said that the lead to listing is 25%. So we need to generate 84 of the leads. And just to remind everybody, Jared, the lead is clear motivation, clear timeline, not obligated to another agent, and they give you an email address. We need 84 of those bad boys over the course of a year. Right. Well, if we keep working down the conversion funnel, we take 84 divided by 30%, which is our contact to lead generated. So we need about 280. And then we take that number to say, how many people do we actually need to talk to in order to generate that many leads? Yep. So divide that by, we're going to use 10%, right?
Okay, let's do the 10. Let's be conservative here.
Be conservative. So that's 2,800 conversations over the course of a year, right? Right. So let me put that in context for everybody. 2,800 contacts divided by 240. That's 11 a day.
Right.
That's 11 people you have to talk to per day. Now, in order to talk to 11 people a day, we said there's a 10% answer rate. So, I mean, simple math, right? It's 100 absentee owners you have to call per day. To have 11 conversations, to generate your leads that turn into listing appointments that follow that conversion waterfall. It's very straightforward. It's very cut and dry.
Yeah. And you know what the elephant in the room is? It kind of makes me mad, want to reevaluate our pricing. It's what that initial cost is for those 2,800 records.
That's right.
It's crazy. It's $560,
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. This is so good. So say that one more time. So for how many is that?
For 2,800 records at 20 cents a piece. I have my calculator watch. I was horrible at math. It's $560. So your initial investment of the data is the $560.
Absolutely. And the other thing, I guess, to be fair, is because that's 2,800 conversations, right?
Yeah. Totally.
So really, let me just look at that for a second. So let me just see. So divided by 0.1.
That is more than fair. I guess I was excited about it.
I know. Holy crap, is that right?
I thought it was, but yeah.
So you need more, probably like 15,000 records.
Totally, but still, that's still under.
Run that.
Yeah. So 15,000 records. I mean, if you over the course of a year,
correct.
You're spending under $3,000, on the data investment for the year.
That's the key thing. So 15,000 records. So roughly $3,000 to get the data. It's a $3,000. You make $100,000 on a $3,000 investment. I can't. Whatever that ROI is, it's insane.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the wrong business. That's for sure. But no, that's still amazing. Internal investment that turns into a whole lot of zeros on the end of it.
Yeah. And so the way that we look at this, from a data perspective is, so when we refer a coaching client to your team, Jared, we say get the data from the county, and so. Can I search that just for the group right now or is it just
you can search by counties? Yeah.
Well, like in like my county, like I can get to every square inch in my county in probably a 45-minute drive. So when I coach a new agent, I tell them you want to work a 1-hour radius around where you live. Right. And so that will get people plenty of absentee owners. We're not even talking about downsizers, right? That's a whole different conversation. So
this is the one pillar that I think still, agents today don't even know about or still don't even understand what it is. And so it's kind of, the wild, wild west still.
Yeah. Well, and that you nailed it. Like if you talk about an elephant in the room, that's it. Because every realtor has heard about calling for sale by owners and expired. Like we've been doing that for 50 years.
Right.
But it is amazing when you talk to agents like, hey, obviously you're going after absentee owners, right? They're like, what? Nobody knows. Yeah. Nobody is. And so how long this lasts, you and I don't know. Like from a business perspective, you're probably like, yeah, dude, I want to sell it, which I do. But at some point, the point is for the viewers that are watching this episode, it's like, man, what an opportunity you have right now to find the best seller lead generation opportunity the industry has ever seen right now. And so, yeah, and I agree. Any coaching client I get in San Diego or California, for that matter, we don't even have them mess with for sale by owners or expireds.
Right.
We just have them focus on absentee owners and downsizers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, dude, this was fun. I mean, this is really tactical stuff. This is very real. This is all data-driven analytics. Jump on. You'll go to that site I just showed you guys. You'll be able to put in your zip code, your city, and then Jared's team will get you guys the data. And then all you have to do is do the work. You got to make the calls.
Go on the hunt. Yes, exactly.
So, dude, thanks for jumping on with me, like always. If you guys have any questions about the strategy, you can put them in the comments below this video, and Jared and I or somebody from our team will get back to you guys. But hopefully you got some value, got some good takeaways, some meat and potatoes. And if there's anything that we can do for you guys, let us know. So appreciate you guys watching.
Be good.